Hello and welcome to the League of Platinum Men, where we will deep dive into the rare values that go into the making of legendary cricketers. What puts them in that league? Well, it's the choices that they've made when they've been faced with their very own moments of truth. These men let their values lead the way by choosing what is right over what is easy. These are the true men of Platinum. Hi, I'm Archana Vijaya, and joining me today is a man whom many believe is part of that rare league. A name, if I dare say, that is definitely going to go down in cricketing history. Someone who's faced many odds, displayed unmatched skill, and made some rare choices on and off the field. Yes, you've guessed right. Sheer class personified, KL Rahul. So KL, we're nearing the end of this. And to be honest, I think I'm really going to miss these sessions. Your keen insights and sharing all those wonderful cricketing moments with you.
The feeling is mutual, Archana. Thank you so much. I've enjoyed chatting about things that have inspired me, and not often we get an opportunity to talk about things that have inspired us. And I'm happy that I got this opportunity to do it.
Today, I want to talk to you about something that I feel you have in abundance, self-belief. And what better example than to talk about the fastest T20 domestic half-century that you scored. That was the fastest in the history of the tournament. Unbelievable.
It was unbelievable for me as well, because growing up, I wasn't considered to be a good limited overs player. So, I quietly had to work really, really hard on my game and getting better at playing white ball cricket or getting better at power hitting. It wasn't something that came really naturally to me. So I think it's just the belief in myself, in my game, and that made it possible for me to create a record like that. And I'd ideally want to break it myself, but hopefully,
fingers crossed.
Yeah. So I think self-belief is something that you can develop as you go, and the people in your life help you achieve it and realize it. For me, it started with my family. My dad used to play a little bit of cricket, so he taught me the basics initially, and he was always a huge supporter of me playing the game, and I think he's my biggest cheerleader, if I can say that. And then my coaches early on in growing up, they've instilled these qualities in me, especially the self-belief.
It's interesting that you mention your father, because he's a professor, right? And I just feel like, do you think while you had all the self-belief, there was some aspect in him encouraging you to have belief in yourself that saw you where you are today?
That's something that I've always admired about my parents, is they've let me fly. They haven't ever restricted me from doing anything. They've obviously made sure that certain qualities that I had to develop as a young man growing up. My mother was very particular that I was always kind and respectful to people, and that was non-negotiable for me at home. But also my father, like I said, he loves cricket, and he always encouraged and pushed me to go achieve my dreams. And it was never a forced thing, or there was never. I'd always go back home to the same treatment, whether I scored 100, whether I scored zeros.
That's nice.
Yeah, so I'm very fortunate and lucky that way, that my parents let me do what I wanted to do, and never ever tried to stop me.
When speaking about self-belief, who would make it to your list of platinum men?
I think undoubtedly it'll be MS Dhoni. He's someone who I've connected with a lot. Not when I started playing, but when he started playing for India, and I was a young boy growing up in a small town like him. He came from Ranchi. I grew up in Mangalore. We didn't have the facilities like the bigger cities would have, but we really had to work very hard. And I remember there was a point in my life where my dad felt, maybe I should give studies the same same amount of
Leverage,
time and
yeah.
importance as I give cricket, because small town boys don't always make it and all of those things.
Plan
and
B.
Yes, I never had a plan B, but I told him that time that, see, there's a guy, MS Dhoni, who's played from Ranchi, he's captaining the country, so anything is possible if you work hard, and I'll always work hard and see where I go. So I always have never told him that, but this has always been in my mind, and that's me growing up. And I remember there's so many instances of MS Dhoni showcasing self-belief, but the biggest will be, I think, number one will be the T20 World Cup victory, and then I think the 2011 World Cup victory as well. I think that went at a crucial period where the game could have gone either way. So from there, making sure that he stayed calm and composed, which he always is, but also having that belief inside that no matter what condition, no matter what the situation is, he'll always get the team through. So that was one of the most memorable moments in Indian cricket history. So, and he showcased there, and when he started and still playing, he always shows all of us how much self-belief he has in himself.
Jersey number 7 is definitely a hallmark of self-belief.
It is.
I mean, most definitely. And I think another instance of self-belief definitely has to be recently at the Oval. Shardul Thakur definitely showed loads of it.
Yeah, I think people who know Shardul closely will always say this, that he's somebody who has immense self-belief. I've seen it personally a lot of times. He's been in situations where without that self-belief or that belief he has in his skill and his talent, without that, I don't think he could have done what he's done, and he's done it. He's started doing it consistently, and he started doing it in big stages. He did that recently in the Oval, where he played 2 very, very important knocks in Oval in both the innings, and for me, I think that was game changing, and that's why we ended up winning that game. He also got his crucial wicket. So yeah, I think he's somebody who showcased that. I personally believe without self-belief, I don't think anyone would have made it to the Indian team.
There's one particular gesture that you do on the cricket field. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to make you do it. And then I want you to explain to us why you do it. You know which one I'm talking about? Yeah, that's the one.
It's that. I mean, I did that.
Do you do it to reinforce self-belief?
You can say that too, but I did it because I went through a very hard time, and there was a lot said outside, and I realized that not everything that people are saying is bad. There are few things that are positive, and criticism can be taken in positive light as well. And I also realized that I don't really have to listen to everything that has been said. So it was just something that I did, so I would remind myself that you can shut out the noise, focus on what you want to do, and let the outside noise be outside noise and not affect you. So something that I tell myself, and also something that probably can inspire younger generation in whatever they're doing. There will be a lot of people who will say you can't do something, or there will be people who will keep questioning your ways, but you can always shut out the noise, not be disrespectful, but you take the good and leave the bad stuff, and then focus on what you want to do. At the end of the day, you have to believe in yourself, and that's the only thing that will always be with you.
Best words of advice, which I'm sure all of us can take away from. And guess what? Now it's time for my favorite part of the show, and it seems to be quite a favorite with everyone else. Yes, you got it. It's time for the Yorkers. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
All right. How important is self-belief for a player who's a debutant?
Debutant or playing the 100th game of his life, self-belief is all that you have, and that's the only thing that will get you through. But I remember as a debutant, I went through emotions that I'd never felt in my life ever. So any debutant, I'm sure, will go through all of that, and that's the fun of sport. And if you take it that way, you will learn so much about yourself, and you will
enjoy the process.
Enjoy it. You will come out of it a much better, much stronger individual.
Believe that you will be able to face the opening pace attack of McGrath and Brett Lee, or believe you can conquer the West Indian pace battery of the 70s and the 80s. We're talking about Holding, Roberts and the gang.
It's real difficult. I think the times they played in uncovered pitches was really, really challenging, and
with
watching
no
it,
protective gear.
Yeah, exactly. Watching it on TV is scary enough, so I wouldn't want to play
risk
them.
that.
Yeah, so probably play Glenn McGrath and Brett Lee.
Suppose you've been struggling against a bowler. The next time you face him, do you take strike or let your partner face him?
I won't back away from a challenge. So if I've been striking, then I'll still take the strike.
If there was ever a formula to success, which two values would be a mix of it?
It's very hard to choose. I don't think it can just be two values. I think it's a mix of all the qualities we've spoken about and much more. And all these values teach you a lot and help you become a better person and a better cricketer.
And speaking about formula to success, what's your formula to style? And do you also dress for success?
My formula of style, I just believe that I need to be comfortable in what I wear, and if I'm comfortable, then I feel confident, and if I feel confident, I feel stylish, and if I feel stylish, then I can walk out comfortably, confidently. So that's just my fashion mantra or success formula of style.
If you were the man of the moment, how would you dress to celebrate? Formal tuxedo and minimal accessories, or semi-casual but heavily accessorized?
Semi-casual and semi-accessorized.
Other than you, who else do you think can pull off this ensemble that you're wearing?
I think most guys on our team right now.
Is there like a competition that goes on between all of you as to who's dressed better?
Yeah, with the rest of them it does, but I'm
a class apart.
I'm in a league
of your own.
Yeah.
And with that, we've come to the end of the show. My God, thank you so much, KL, for being a part of this and making this so very special. The key takeaway for me has definitely been the importance of values, character, and of course, the strength that all you players display on and off the field. And with the World Cup coming up, I want to wish you and the entire team all the very best. Bring the cup home.
Thank you, Archana. No pressure at all, yeah. Thank you for this opportunity, and I want to say thank you to everybody for watching the episodes, and I hope you enjoy them, and can't wait to do this again. So it's me, KL Rahul, and Archana Vijaya signing off.
Bye.